In this video, we're going to talk about Sysco corporations, and they sell food products and kitchen equipment to large restaurants, hospitals, schools, and hotels. And what I do in my videos is I run a discounted cash flow model to figure out the intrinsic value of a stock and compare it to the actual stock price to see whether it's a buy or a sell. We also look at the financial ratios and compare them to its competitors. So let's get started with the model. So Sysco has a market cap of $27.65 billion, and that's the value of the company according to the stock market. And they're trading at 54.44. And next we're going to need the free cash flows. And free cash flow is operating cash flow minus capital expenditures. And if you want to value a company, you have to estimate the future free cash flows and then discount those numbers back to today's dollars. And that's what I'm doing in this video. And next, I'm going to pull the net income, and that's on the income statement. And this is the profit and loss for the business. We also need the revenue, which is just the sales. And we pull 4 years of this data and put it into the model. And the model calculates an intrinsic value. So the numbers look all pretty strong and consistent. So we should get a good value. Now let's get the capital structure of the company, because we need to know what discount rate to apply to the future cash flows. So the interest expense is the interest they pay on their debt, and that's on the income statement, and that's $360 million. And let's find out how much debt they have. We'll go to the balance sheet. We'll go to the liability section. And then we'll go to the current liabilities, and the current debt is $41.3 million. And let's find out how much long-term debt. We go to the non-current liability section, and long-term debt is $8.1 billion. And since interest payments are tax deductible, let's get their effective tax rate. We'll go back to the income statement. We'll get the income before tax of $2 billion and the income tax of $331 million. So now we know their cost of debt, 3.69%. Let's figure out the cost of equity. So we need the beta for that. That's the volatility of the stock. And the beta is 1.11, so the stock moves a little more than the market moves. We also need a little more information from the balance sheet. Let's get their current assets. And current assets are mainly cash, accounts receivables, and inventory. And this is what a company uses to run its day-to-day business. And they have $8.1 billion in current assets. Current liabilities is current debt and current payables that are due within 12 months, and that's $6.1 billion. And their equity is the value of the company according to the balance sheet. That's $2.5 billion. And the equity is total assets minus total liabilities. Next, I'm going to pull the EBIT, which is earnings before interest and taxes, or operating income. That's $2.3 billion. That's how much money the company makes operating its day-to-day business, but before it pays interest on its debt and before it pays taxes. So now let's look at the weighted average cost of capital. First, we need the cost of debt to figure that out, which is 3.69%. And this company has 77% debt in that capital structure. And then we need the cost of equity, which is 10.84%. And they have 23% equity in that capital structure. So to figure out the weighted average cost of capital, it's a blend of the cost of debt and the cost of equity. So that comes out to 5.37%. And that's what we're going to use to discount the future cash flows. So we estimated 4 years of future free cash flows. And then we did a terminal value, which is all years past year 4. And the terminal value is $25 billion. We discounted those numbers back to today's value using the weighted average cost of capital. And we get a value for the entire company of $30 billion. We divide that by 508 million shares, and we get an intrinsic stock price of $58. It's trading at $54, so it's trading at a 7% discount, so it's a buy according to the model. Let's see what Simply Wall Street values the company at. They're valuing it much higher at $94. So they're saying it's 43% undervalued. Let's also see their historical stock price. So the company looks like it was trading pretty high before coronavirus. Looks like in the 80s, maybe even touched 90s. And then it's dropped a lot. It's come back up, but very little. So it's still struggling quite a bit. but it looks like it is trading, at least according to my model, within intrinsic value. Let's look at the financial ratios of the company to get more information. They have a pretty good PE, 15.3, which is the median PE for the entire market. They have a great price to sales ratio, 0.5. That's price to stock over sales per share, which is much better than the average in the market of 4.1, and the median in the market is 1.7. They don't have a good price to book, maybe because they have too much debt. Their price to book is 11.0. That means investors are willing to pay $11 for $1 of book value. And when I say book value, I mean equity, total assets minus total liabilities. They have a fine current ratio of 1.3. That's current assets over current liabilities. The ROE is great, 72%, possibly because they have so much debt. Their interest coverage ratio is really good at 6.5. They can cover their interest payments 6.5 times, and they're a little leveraged at 77% debt. And the best way to look at ratios is to compare them to its competitors. And I've done a video on Chef, so I can compare them to Chef. And if it's in orange, that means they have a better ratio than the competitor. So Sysco has a better PE than Chef. They're at 15. Chef is at 23. Chef has a better price to sales at 0.3. Sysco's 0.5. Price to book, Chef is doing well in price to book, and Sysco is doing terrible in price to book. And then in current ratio, Chef is higher in current ratio, but they may be a little too high. They don't need that much current assets. I think 2 is more than fine. 3 means you might be sitting on a little too much cash, or your inventory is stale, or you're not collecting your bills on time. ROE, Sysco's great in ROE at 72%. Chef is pretty low at 7%. Sysco does have a lot more debt than Chef. So debt does help improve ratios, so always keep that in mind. Sysco is much bigger of a company at 28 billion market cap, and Chef is only $500 million. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment.